Hello beautiful people, I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, my name is Kathleen and I want to welcome you to the Conscious and Chic YouTube channel. If you're interested in ethical lifestyle, fashion, beauty, food, travel, tech, you are in the right place. So subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. Today's video is about content creation for busy people. I'm very busy and I was featured on a podcast. I was recording this podcast with someone and they asked me tips on content creation, and I shared a little bit during the podcast, but there's definitely a lot more that goes into content creation, so I thought, why not create a video so I can help all of my blogger boos out there, any of you who want to create content. Why not create a video where I break it down for you guys so you can see, lift the curtain behind how I go about creating content. I'm gonna cover social media content, photo content, and also video content. So without any further ado, let's get into it. As you know, social media content has gone to a whole other level. There's content that you want to post every day. There's content that you want to post once in a while. There's going live. There's doing IGTV. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So when it comes to daily content, I do my best to show up on Insta stories every single day. I like to focus on motivation, inspiration, and also ethical lifestyle. So every day I'll get on stories really organically, share whatever's on my heart, my thoughts, and also share some inspirational content such as quotes. I start my day with a quote. I believe in words. I think words really matter. So I like to start my Insta stories with a quote. I'll research quotes. Sometimes I'll stumble upon quotes and just save them in my Instagram saved section and then refer back to them when I'm ready to post. Daily content, also easy to produce, is outfit of the day. I like to wear ethical and sustainable brands or things that I've owned for a very long time. So I make sure that I show up on my stories and I post my outfit of the day if I'm feeling cute on that day, and also share about maybe some of the skincare that I've been using, but always very organically. This is not something that's overly produced or overly thought about. It's really how I'm feeling in the moment. Some people do like to really produce their Instagram stories, and there's some people that I actually do like to follow and watch their really produced Instagram stories. So if that's your style, you can definitely go with that, because again, it has to feel like you. Especially for the daily content, you want it to feel like you, like people are getting to see what goes on in your life behind the scenes. If I'm on set or if I'm doing a photo shoot, then I'll also try to post a few stories here and there without giving away what we're working on as much as possible. Sometimes when you work with brands, you have to be pretty secretive about what you're working on, but as much as possible showing my makeup being done or my hair, or talking with other people who are on set with me, just having fun with it. Daily content, you definitely want to be in your stories and allowing people to get to know you. Something else that I like to post in my Insta stories are unboxing videos. I also have a highlight if you want to check it out. That's when I open boxes from brands, things that were sent to me. Just so you know, before I work with a brand, I like to see their products first. I'm not the type of person really that will accept to work on a campaign with a brand if I don't know anything about them. First, I want to see your products, see if I really like them, so I can be genuine when I recommend it to other people. But as a thank you, because I am always very grateful when brands know who I am and they want to send me things, I'm always very grateful. And so as a thank you, I do this unboxing Instagram story so that you guys can look into them, so you can know who they are, and maybe you want to, even before I recommend them, look into them and maybe purchase from them. So Instagram unboxing stories, I like to watch them. I like to also do them and give my first impressions on whatever I receive. I don't do it to brag. I do it because there's so much in our industry that we don't know about, and I want to make sure that I let you know what's going on, what brands are out there, new, older brands, all of them. We have to learn, we have to start somewhere, and so unboxing videos are a great way to do that. When it comes to posting pictures on my feed, I like to work with photographers as much as possible. Sometimes I'll take pictures with my cell phone, friends will take it for me if we're out and about somewhere or I'm feeling extra cute and I want to document the moment. I will have a friend just snap a few pictures with me. Portrait mode on your iPhone is really great. I have an iPhone and using portrait mode has created some beautiful moments for me. Otherwise, I'll plan photo shoots with photographers. We'll shoot maybe 3 looks at one time. And the way that I like to prepare for photo shoots, I have a rack in my office where I keep pieces that I either want to shoot or pieces that were sent to me. I'll keep them on that rack, and usually the day before a shoot is when I'll style everything. I'm a feeling kind of person sometimes, so I have to feel it in the moment. I have to feel how I want pieces to be coordinated together. It's not something that I will do 2-3 weeks in advance. I really do it a day or 2 before the shoot so that it really feels natural and however I'm feeling in terms of style at the moment. And I will put the outfits together and take pictures of them on me in a selfie mirror style, just so I can document what looks we're gonna be shooting, and I'm able to share that with the photographer so then they can think through locations and so they can have an idea for what we're gonna be shooting on that day. I also like to keep it together on my camera roll, because when you are actively shooting, sometimes time is of the essence, and so I like to know what's packed in my bag so I know what outfits to put together. It just makes it really easy. I do the very same thing when I'm traveling. When I'm packing my bags, I actually take pictures of every single look and outfit that I want to wear on that trip. That way, in the morning, instead of rummaging through bags and rummaging through clothing and shoes and which shoes did I bring, I'm able to just go to my phone, look through my pictures, and decide from my pictures what I want to wear that day, and know without a shadow of a doubt, because I never forget things when I pack. I hope I never forget anything. I don't want to jinx it, but I never forget anything. And so that way I'm able to know what I'm gonna wear, and I don't have to think through, oh, what do I want to wear today? And sometimes when you travel, you're very tired, and so it's a way that I love myself. I do it so that my future self will know what to wear and not have to overthink anything. The types of content that we'll shoot on those days are either lifestyle content, beauty content, fashion content, or sponsored content. And then when I work with the photographer, they'll shoot the pictures, we'll find the locations and all those things. Then they'll send me back the pictures, which I'm always really happy with the results. I love the people that I get an opportunity to work with. Once I get all the pictures back, then I'm able to use those pictures as a content bank. I like having a bank. I don't like scrambling on the day of trying to produce a piece of content and post. I like to have a bank that I can pull from based on my mood. I'll add captions to the photos, and then right before I post it, I look at it again because I want to make sure that it actually reflects how I'm feeling in the moment, and then I'll post it. Let's talk about video. Video has to be one of my favorite types of content. It's definitely my favorite to consume. There was a learning curve there for me to produce video content. I had to learn how to edit, and if you're really interested in more of the logistics and the software and the apps that I use, let me know. Maybe I'll create a separate video for that. But video is by far one of my favorite types of content, and when I create video content, I need to be organized because there's so many different moving parts. No pun intended, but I try to think of topics that I think would be interesting to you and that are interesting to me, because I believe that if I'm not interested in it, then I won't be able to really talk about it in the way that it's gonna get you interested. So I create content around what interests me and what I think is interesting to you, or things that I just think you should know, especially when it comes to sustainability and ethical lifestyle. There's so much out there, and there's so much to learn and so much to know. So I'll create some, not storyboards, I don't really overproduce them. I don't go really heavily on scripting. Like, I don't use scripts. I will just have a few bullet points. If it's something where I want to make sure I communicate 5 things that fill in the blank, or 10 things that fill in the blank, then I'll have those bullets ready so I know that I'm keeping track with what I'm trying to communicate. But I don't do scripts. I like to speak from the heart. I like to speak off the cuff. Speaking is one of my favorite things to do in the world, and so I like to keep it very organic. Then I have a schedule to edit, a schedule to shoot, and a schedule to publish all my videos. And if you want to know how I get organized, because it's easy with all the different files, the SD cards, and I have external hard drives that I have to to use because video content is so heavy. I have a Google Drive as well that I use to help me get organized. If you want to know more about that back end part of things, let me know. Most of my videos take place in my home studio where I shoot with camera and lighting. If you want to know information about that, let me know as well. But there's definitely a method to the madness. There is a method behind how I create video content. And if you want me to dive deeper into that, we definitely can do it. Just let me know. The last thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to content here in this video, if you want to know about blogs and other types of content, we can do that at another time. But the last thing that I think would be really useful for you is capturing content when you are traveling. So I do quite a bit of traveling, which I love to be on the go. I love traveling, and I also love to capture content when I am somewhere new, either that I've been before or that I've never been. So in order to be successful when I shoot content outside of where I'm used to being is one, contacting a photographer that is local to that place. I go on Instagram, and that's why I think if you're a photographer, you should have an Instagram that looks really good, and because that's how I find my photographers and who to hire when I am somewhere else. I go to Instagram, I find a photographer that I like their style, I like their vibe. Sometimes I might look at their stories, if I like their personality, and if I think we would vibe well and we would have a good day, because I like to have fun on shoots, and I'll contact them, book somebody for my trip. And this is really, really important. When I travel, it is usually with a brand, it's usually for a purpose. And so most of my schedule is already set for me. So I have to carve out time to be able to shoot the separate content, which usually is the day I arrive. Most often than not, it is the day I arrive. I have to not miss a single beat when I get off of the flight. Car picks me up, I go to the hotel. First thing I do when I get to a hotel, and that is whether I'm there for work or for leisure, is unpack. I have to unpack everything, make myself at home in my hotel room. So I unpack first, I steam everything, and thanks to my pictures that I talked about earlier, I'm able to put the outfits together. Before actually going on the trip, I also sometimes will send the photographers the outfits that I'm looking to shoot, so they'll be able to recommend locations. And I think that's one of the best things when you're able to work with a local photographer. They know the spots. They know where to take you to shoot. They know where the hot spots are that you're going to like based on your brand. And so letting them choose the locations can save you tons of time. And often I also go on Instagram with the location services to pinpoint certain places where I want to shoot, but I always really get good insights from the photographers that are local to that place. Then I'll order food, because you can't shoot on an empty stomach and be hangry. It's not gonna look good in the photos. And so I eat and then shower, do my makeup, hair, and get ready to go and shoot. Usually I'll get it done the first day when I arrive. That way, once I get to what I'm meant to do for that trip, whether it is a campaign shoot or an event, I'm able to know that I already shot all the content that I wanted to shoot for that trip outside of what I'm doing with the brand and other sightseeing things that I might want to do on my spare time while I'm there. But I know that I've already accomplished a big goal of mine as soon as I arrive. So that usually sets me up for a really, really good trip. So obviously it's really important when choosing which flights to take that I take a flight that really flows well with my sleeping pattern, so that I'm not extremely tired when I arrive, but that's something that really flows well into my day as much as possible, obviously. So that way I'm able to just go ahead and shoot, then go to my event and go to bed normally without shocking my system or being sleep deprived or anything like that, which makes for a beautiful, peaceful, enjoyable, fun, exciting experience. And there you have it, friends. This is how I go about creating content. If you want more details, or if you want to know about the apps or the software that I use to do videos and photos, let me know in the comment section. Also in the comments, let me know which tip was the most informational, the most helpful to you. And if you'd like me to write a blog post about any of these, also let me know. Let me know all of the things. But until next time, let's connect on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube right here. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and Pinterest. And remember to stay conscious and chic.